Okay, sorry guys. I really, really am for that inconvenience. I
It doesn't show
accidentally.
us live. It doesn't show live. It still shows scheduled on mine.
Well, there's 40 in here. It's showing us live now.
It's
Chat,
not
can
on.
you hear us? Because it's telling me to end the broadcast if I want to.
And for me, says scheduled, and then it's the go live button is blue. Can anybody hear us?
That's weird. They can
Yeah, they
hear us.
say yes. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with mine, so I'm gonna back out and go back in.
Okay, good. All right, so I am so sorry for the inconvenience. I was really upset and accidentally went live from the wrong browser, and on that browser I can't share screen or it wouldn't have been a big deal. So I apologize. Hi Barb. Okay. So to continue where I left off, I do not know why this party keeps consistently being brought up as if I am this horrible deviant that purposely destroyed this woman's birthday. This woman had a birthday month, a full month of birthday. And they're saying that I am so horrible that she spent her birthday crying and it was so heartbreaking to watch and to see. So we will reenact the entire events of NC's birthday day. And then after this, if I hear it again, I'm striking everybody for privacy and whatever I can do because I am so tired of being tortured. From the minute I went on Dorothy's channel and stood up for somebody who I thought was my friend, I have been tortured. This is
Mm-hmm.
torturous to me. I
It
have not,
is.
I don't talk shit. I speak of my experience. Leanne speaks of her experience in a sociological, psychological way. That's why we did the paranormal, parasocial relationship presentation. I don't get up here and share freaking text messages and royalty chat screenshots and everything else. Could I have done that? Yes.
Oh, we had enough. We could have both showed a whole lot of stuff and we chose not to. We don't go low like that.
So if I was that deviant as to purposely try to ruin somebody's birthday and make them cry, would I not then be deviant enough to start a channel and use her for content and bring all that shit up that we have? Would I not be doing that? No.
Definitely.
I have
You
not
would
done that. I've tried to remain classy and give it with grace and go my own way.
you've been more than classy. You know, this is ridiculous. Something so petty and stupid that keeps getting brought up over and over and over is ridiculous.
I started a channel. So what? So what
Yeah,
did I start a channel? Just because someone else in the world is a singer, does that mean nobody's allowed to be singers?
right.
Give me a break.
These YouTube streets are big enough for everybody.
And yeah, they know me from hers. And I said this before. Okay, so what? You know me from her chat and being on her panel. Okay? And I don't make my channel off of her back. We try to do real content. We try to be fun. We try not to be drama. And people would not
Sometimes,
subscribe if they didn't like us. So it's up to the subscriber to determine if they like us or not, if we're worth subscribing to. It has nothing to do with if I was on her
mm-mm,
panel. That's the only reason people know me. That's not why they subscribe to us. They know us from there, but that's not why they subscribe to us.
right.
Am I wrong?
No, not at all. We love you too, Nicole Morgan. No, and you know, sometimes, I mean, we're human. We only can take so much. And when something is just brought up over and over, like beating a dead horse, give up, people. You know,
Stop
this,
talking about me.
yeah, leave her alone.
Okay. This is the last time I'm addressing this. I'm going to address it in full. Unfortunately, that channel is no longer in existence. Unfortunately, the videos of her original birthday day are no longer. Neither is the big community post she wrote that day, and neither is the actual birthday party video that day still available. So everybody's just going to have to take me for my word. All right, let's start with her birthday day, the actual birthday day. First of all, let's back up. Her birthday month, weeks before her birthday, I was the one, while I was on panel, had the brilliant idea to say, hey, I want to plan a birthday party. Who wants to help me? If you want to help me, here's my email. Send me an email. It was my idea to even have the party. So why would I, in turn, try to ruin my own party day? Does that make any logical sense to you, Leanne?
No.
If I didn't want the woman to have a good birthday, wouldn't I just kept my mouth shut and hope nobody had her a party instead of then offering to have one? Nobody else was offering to do one. So I did it. I offered to have one. I then asked for help. One mod, not 10, not 7, not 2, 1 reached out to me. I don't remember which one it was. I would go back and might have to go back a year in my email to find it. And that's just not worth my time. But it was one. And one subscriber. Okay, so they need to stop saying that all these people tried to help and I told them no. They literally are saying that all these people tried to help and I literally said no. Does that make logical sense? Hi, Christiane. I'm reaching out to you to help for Natasha's birthday. And I then say, no, you can't help. And then they're saying, well, I reached out and she didn't respond. One mod reached out to me, which I thought was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Did I not call you and say only one person reached out to me?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. That was crazy.
And here's the other thing, if all the mods wanted to help and have her a party that I wouldn't let them help on, don't you think they have way more power than I have to make sure that they got to do something for their creator they mod for? Don't you think they would have said, well, Christiane's not responding, so let's go do our own thing, and on her birthday, we'll have our own thing. Did anybody do that, Leanne?
Nope.
Did anybody come up and say, Christiane didn't respond, so we did this on our own? What did they do? What did they do on her
Nothing.
birthday?
They didn't do anything.
So me, Christiane, one person who's just a subscriber with no power over anything, controlled all those mods and made them sit back and not do anything.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. This just disgusts me. Sorry. I'm just shaking my head. I know you guys can't see me, but yeah.
I didn't respond to that one mod because I was waiting to see, because I was shocked. And I'm sure we have ex-mods that could attest that they did not email me. I was waiting to get everybody to respond that I was going to create a big group email for the party planning. When I didn't hear from everybody and I only heard from one person, no, I didn't respond. But that one mod could have got with the other mods and said, hey, I don't know what's happening, but let's do our own thing. That did not happen. That is not my fault. Thank you, Tattoos. Please pin that, Leanne.
I just did.
Tattoos, one of the most favorite mods out, one of the most well-known mods right here saying this. Okay. So that's the background. That's how the party even was brought up. It was brought up by me on a panel, nobody else. If I wanted her to have a horrible birthday and make her cry and make her so heartbreaking for all her subscribers, I wouldn't even offer to have a fucking party. Okay, so let's fast forward to her party day. I get up. I know I have this big party planned. I talked to Leanne. There were other people that I reached out to do games, to do other things. They never got back to me. So Leanne and I were going to run this party all alone.
Mm-hmm.
she called me in the morning, or texted me in the morning, and I still have the text message. And she said, I'm going out with my family today. I said, okay, what time are we going live tonight? Because I needed to know to be ready for this party. She said, I'll be back around 7. I said, okay, make sure you call me or whatever. I'm paraphrasing. But I said, get in touch with me, because I needed to be able to go up and open the live as if I was the creator, because I had a opening song planned and other things. I'm sitting in my kitchen twiddling my thumbs at 7. I start texting her, are you back yet? Hey, are you back yet? Nothing. Crickets. I had no idea she was live until somebody called me and said, I think it was you, Leanne, and said, hey, she's live and just ended, pissed off. Mm-hmm. And I said, why would she go live without telling me we were supposed to do the party? I was totally confused. So I messaged her. I said, what is happening? Why would you go live and not tell me? And look, I can read all these messages. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the gist of it.
Christiane, did you see Siren's comment that I pinned? He's got screenshots from Glenn's chat of comments from people admitting that you gave her the party finally.
Okay. Thank you, Siren. So I didn't understand what was happening. So the next thing, I texted her and I said, what do you mean you went live? Like, I've been here waiting. Next thing I know, there's a freaking community post that was 5 paragraphs long talking about, in general, how horribly she was let down, and by somebody that she thought was a friend. And for once, she wished she had a real friend instead of people that just watched her. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So she went live again. I got on the live and went on panel and said, Natasha. And I said everything that I just said to you guys now. And she said, okay, and blah, blah, blah. And everything was all fine and dandy. By then it was 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And there was no way we could do this party that night. So I said, we're going to have to do it next week then. It's too late now. Mm-hmm. And that is why the party was held a week later. And you know what? She said she had a quote unquote, somebody sent me a thing saying that when she was on panel the other day, she said a ring ding party, like a horrible ringy ding event that was nothing, that meant nothing. Thanks for that, Natasha, because I seem to remember you crying.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were
happy.
Did. I seem to remember us opening a panel, and anybody who had anything planned for her was free to walk up there. I had the power to tell them, no, I want all the credit for this party. You have to stay and chat. Does that make any logical sense?
No.
Would Natasha Cooper allow me to say no to her mods, to her other panel guests?
Yeah, right.
The link was dropped a million times. Mm-hmm. People all came up one at a time, gave a testimonial to their favorite moment on the channel. We sang to her. We played music. I got high on a helium balloon and got clip freaking videos made of me and made fun of me for weeks. I'm going to read the poem that I wrote her. I haven't looked at this poem since the day I wrote it. It's going to be hard to read, but I need to read it because I need everybody to hear my words so that you can decide if, after hearing this, if this is the type of person that would write a poem like this and read it publicly that would purposely ruin a woman's birthday. So here we go. On a cold and quiet COVID day in 2020, there was a very bored girl who was ready to lock her stir-crazy kids in the closet and send her husband to a land far, far away, never to return. Strolling the wild streets of YouTube, looking for signs of life anywhere she could find. She stumbled upon a video captioned, "Try harder, bitches, and kiss my southern ass." In that instance, I knew I had to click the link. The very first words I hear are, "I'm fat and sassy, and I'm not for everybody." From that moment, I knew I found my place. At first, I would wake up on my days off make my coffee, start my routine, and listen to the live from the night before. Then I found myself listening at night to fall asleep. Don't ask me how, because she can be a little loud. My hubby would often say, "Who the hell was screaming out there?" while I was listening in the living room. I didn't know who in the hell Adam was, and if he even had a cat, or if turtles were ticklish, but I knew this loud lady was one of a kind, and I became invested. With each day was a new journey. From haters to house cats, there was never a dull moment. From laughter to tears and back again. The more I watched, the more I witnessed, and the more I listened, the more that I felt connected. I went from casual listener to a faithful member over the months, and then to a friend. I watched as one person in a recliner with no makeup and simple hair wasn't afraid to show herself. I watched as she cut down the people out to stake her with their sharp tongues with genius wit. I watched as she shared her thoughts, her emotions, and her life with ease. Never any shame, never any arrogance, and never any restraint. I saw somebody so comfortable in their skin that it became contagious. To her friends, her members, and to me, her friend. Her community began to echo her strength and fierceness and would protect her with the same veracity she would use to stand up for those around her. People like this are born leaders. You cannot teach charisma, charm, and powerful wit. There are leaders in this world and there are followers, and there is no doubt what this person is. But as I began to personally know her, I saw her vulnerabilities. We all have them. Her fear to trust, her adversity to bring down her guard, and her fear of having people she cares for walk away. She's not all strength and vigor. Her pain has been real and may have made her a little jaded, but she still digs down and welcomes people into her world. She is giving, she is affected, and she is kind. She is not perfect, none of us are, but you don't throw people away because of their imperfections. If that were the case, every one of us would be alone. You embrace the good, the relatable, and the vulnerability in your friends. You walk each other through the imperfections, and you support when the other falters. That's what friends do. That is the definition of a friend. A friend does not echo. A friend stands by. Natasha is my friend. It is new and it was unexpected, but no less my friend. She is worth my time, and I know I'm worth hers. I'll stand by her, and I know she will stand by me. You will never be someone to just listen to on a platform. You are much more than that to me. From acorn balls to nipple lotion and old fish soup to micropeens, happy birthday, my friend. That makes me want to puke. But I guess that person that wrote that poem tried to ruin her birthday.
Yeah. Wow.
That's exactly what I said, Yvette. Nobody stopped anybody from doing anything for her birthday. Like they keep saying that I purposely did. If anybody wanted to do anything for her birthday, that link was there the day that I threw the party. And there were links definitely there on the day of her party when she went live without telling me. I can't help but look back and think that she didn't do that on purpose. I would have cherished a poem like that too, Natalie, but my ring ding party wasn't enough for her. She just said it the other day. I don't know if she expected chariots and fireworks, but I'm in California. She's in Florida. We're on YouTube. Wasn't it enough what I did do? We had a fundraiser that night too. We were pleading with everybody to donate to her birthday fund. Did we not?
Yep. Oh, yeah. We sure did.
I'm going to show what they were saying.
Okay.
Why is it not coming up, Leanne? I have it here, but it's not showing. Am I not meant to do this? All right, add to stream. All right, here we go.
There you go.
I got to open it up, though, because I can't see it to read it. And I got to start with slide 6.
We love you too, Hemi.
Okay, here we go. I was there. There was no party. She did it on purpose. Okay. Guess I was living on Venus when that all happened, right?
Yeah.
This one, I was there, just stating it didn't happen until the next day. Wrong. Jessica asked why she was so upset, so I told her. Simple as that. I crossed out a lot of these names. I don't know why I gave grace to the people and not showed their names here, because they certainly don't give me any when they're talking shit on me, but
true.
Somebody stuck up for me and said, actually, she did last year. I remember it. Christiane even got dizzy from the helium balloons that she was sucking on panel. Multiple people got on to sing her happy birthday. Christiane couldn't plan a bad book burning on time. Fuck you.
Pretty much.
Christiane didn't throw her a party. It wasn't, and then when people were saying yes, she did, then they changed it to it wasn't on her birthday. They were asking specifically about her birthday. No, they weren't. They were saying I did not throw her a party, and everybody was saying, yeah, no, she didn't. I was there. She didn't throw it, and then they changed it to, well, it wasn't on her birthday. Okay, it was still a party, and it wasn't on her birthday by her own doing, which I just in the beginning of the live went over.
Mm-hmm.
Or it would have been on her birthday. Christiane was supposed to and didn't. Oh, and thank you, Chroma Contradictions. Christiane did, and even made her a poem that made NC cry. Those are just some of what they were saying, and it's not the worst. But this is what I'm continuously being sent screenshots of. I am so tired of it. Stop talking about this party. Stop talking about these scrunchies. I didn't charge one single human being a penny for a free scrunchie. I went through why I didn't send them out a zillion times, and I'll say it one more time. I work up to 12 hours a day. Back then, I was so deeply invested in a parasocial relationship that when I got home from work, I had enough time to take my daughter to training, change my clothes, and get on panel to stand by my friend who I felt needed me, and oftentimes would ask me when I was getting home from work and everything else. So if I'm at work all day and I'm on panel all night, when the hell was I making these things? So when I got COVID and I had downtime from work was when I started making those. I even turned my camera on multiple times while I was sick with COVID and showed people my progress. Shortly thereafter is when the split happened. I'm not going to send people scrunchies that do nothing but rip me apart. Are you crazy? And for free. Again, another thing, if I wanted to do something maliciously and on purpose, why would I offer to make them for people for free? Would I just not keep my mouth shut and not offer? What's the logical answer?
Right.
If I hear one more thing about a scrunchie and a birthday party, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't take it anymore. I did nothing wrong to that woman. I stood by her through thick and thin. I put my own family and my own life behind her at times. I sat up at night worrying about her health. I constantly checked in on her. I was what I thought was a very loyal friend. You can't find anything out there from behind the scenes or in a chat or anywhere where I ever talk shit on her. when I was her friend where I ever was disloyal. And this is the torture I have to go through. But there are a lot of people that you can find that shit on, but nobody's talking about them.
Yep.
I would have made it for you, Gold Star Mom. I was a good friend. That's my truth. There's millions of videos out there. Well, no, because she doesn't have a channel to show them, but there were millions of videos out there to prove that. And I'm sure by now, if there was anything that I did that was malicious or two-faced, somebody would have showed that by now. There's nothing that I've done wrong to that woman or that community. I went on Dorothy's panel and I didn't give her a heads up. That was my sin. That was my crime. All right. And I'll just add, they're all talking about, Glenn's distancing himself. And one of the things he brought up was his birthday. And everybody's saying how petty Betty is. Like, they're all calling him petty and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So how is Glenn, and I'm not sticking up for Glenn, but why is he a petty Betty? Because he was hurt about his birthday. But she wasn't for bitching about my ringy-ding party that wasn't good enough. None of it is logical. None of it. And tattoos, thank you for saying what you said. I don't know if that's the greatest proof right there. We have one of her most well-known ex-mods who just stated that nobody planned anything but me. And they weren't told no. So I'm not a horrible person. I don't run around offering to throw birthday parties and then maliciously trying to ruin somebody's day. I mean, they were in there saying how heartbreaking it was, that she was crying and it was so hard to watch because I'm a fucking narcissist.
It's not you, that's the narcissist.
So, okay. So that's I'm done with that. Does anybody have any questions? Ask me all the questions you want to ask me. I'll be 100% honest about the birthday party and the scrunchies. Exactly, Allison. She had an amazing birthday month. She has an amazing community of people that shower her with love, money, and affection. But I somehow destroyed all that. And while I'm on the drama, I might as well add this one more thing. There's somebody that attacked Leanne in a chat the other day about we're not sweet and innocent or whatever the fuck they said.
Oh yeah, we're not angels. What they said
we're
to
not
me,
angels.
because we sat up by that vile woman. Yeah.
How many times have we apologized for sitting next to her? And how many times did we explain why we sat next to her? I just read the poem that I read to her on her birthday. That should explain why I sat next to her, because that's what friends do. And I thought the woman was my friend. You don't throw people away when they're imperfect. You try to guide them. I didn't sit on that panel ripping people apart.
Nope.
So whoever you are who attacked Leanne, fuck off. I'm sick of answering for things.
Me too. Me too. We've apologized till we're blue in the face.
And we started a channel. That's another thing. I'm so tired of hearing. Everybody keeps playing that clip of me and Brittany. And one of the things she said in there was, and I rewatched it because I never watched I can't listen to myself. So after that happened with Brittany and I never went and listened to it until yesterday when I was watching a replay of somebody's channel. I don't care if they replay it. That's not my point. The point is there were things in there that I should have addressed after, but because I didn't listen to it, I didn't. She said to me, I was even okay with, or somebody emailed me and said that ever since you were with Natasha, your whole goal was to start a channel. I should have listened to that. That's what she said to me.
Oh my God.
I did not want to start a channel when I was on Natasha's. I didn't have time for it.
We didn't want to start one anyway. We were on our way out of YouTube when we decided to build this channel together.
Right. I was so jaded by being on panel and having clip videos made of me. I have horrible anxiety. That shit used to make me pace. I don't know why, but I care what people think of me. And every time somebody ripped me apart on a panel or made a video, I would literally be very seriously upset by it. It would upset me. So why would I want to start a channel and open myself up to it even more? I never had a goal to use Natasha Cooper to start a channel. And like I said earlier, yeah, people know who I am because I was on that panel, but that isn't what makes them subscribe.
Yep.
If people watch our live and decide, hey, they're going to subscribe after, it's because they liked what we did. Not because of who we sat with. And
exactly.
That's why so what that we're known from her? Who gives a shit? Other than it being embarrassing.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with the channel. And I mean embarrassing because I look like a complete asshole. I felt like this person cared and liked me and was my friend. And she wasn't. She made it quite clear the days after I left how she felt about me. All the horrible things she would say, all the shit she let the chat say, the shit she said about my daughter and my family. That's what's embarrassing to me. That I was dumb enough to think that she cared.
Don't beat yourself up for that because, I was in the same boat with you. Several of us have been. Don't beat yourself up. You did nothing wrong, ever.
But, okay. And to Glenn, he said he's going to be taking our content and he'll be commentating so people can't strike. That's fine. You can play our content, but the minute you start ripping me apart because I can't take it anymore, I will strike. And Leanne will too.
Oh, you better believe it. Mm-hmm. I don't appreciate a lot of the things that he has said anyway. So, Glenn, if you want to commentate, fine. But you better be very careful about what you say about either one of us because we've had enough.
I have never sat up here and said anything negative about him or any of the people in that community. No. Neither of you.
No.
Because I know what comes when you do.
Thank you, Jessica Lynn. Did you see that? She said she will too. Harassment isn't fair use.
Yeah. Other than that, if his reasoning for leaving was because he didn't want to be controlled and he wants the freedom to do what he wants with his own channel and their views don't match, well then God bless you. I hope you do well.
Yep. Thank you, Wandering Sub.
Because everybody has a right to have a voice in a channel.
Absolutely.
And if that's what he wants to do, and he just wants to stream content from within the community and comment on it, more power to you. But there's a way to do that with class without ripping people apart.
I agree.
Right, Granny. I know you guys do. We're very thankful that you even gave us a chance. The reason that I didn't even get to finish where I was going with, I didn't want to start a channel when I was with MC. I promise you on everything I love that I never thought, oh, I'm on panel. I'm going to get everybody to know me. I want everybody to get to know me so that I can leave her one day and start my own channel.
Neither of us
That
even had that thought
never,
whatsoever.
never.
No.
When I left, I was quiet for weeks. Leanne was quiet for longer. I went to Brittany's. She asked me if I wanted to participate in the channel and do 2 or 3 lives a week co-hosting with her on whatever ideas I had or certain cases. I was excited to do that because, quite honestly, I'm not a chat person. I'll go in and say hi to everybody and say a few things, but I have ADHD. I can't sit still. I can't explain it. I'd rather be on a panel. I'm more engaged. So when she offered that, I was excited to do that. I was a little scared because I didn't know how this community was going to accept me, but I was excited. Needless to say, it didn't come to fruition. So Leanne and I, and a lot of other things were going on. So Leanne and I were going to leave. We were just going to leave YouTube and say, fuck it. We have real lives. We're good friends. When we talk, we're not talking about YouTube shit. We do, but that isn't what our friendship is based on.
No.
And we were going to leave. And then one day there was some things going on, and we said, you know what? We can't go out letting people think this is who we are. Let's show people who we really are. And that's why we started it. We're fun. We're fun loving. We're
silly.
Educated. We're educated.
We are.
We like to learn fascinating stuff. So we thought, let's all learn together and start a channel where it's not NC style, where she isn't the content, and do topics, do segments. I worked really hard on our intro and start a brand. There was never talks of our channel until well after I left NC.
Yeah, we would have never even considered that because neither one of us we saw, the channels and how much work it was, and we would never even entertained that.
I didn't think I had time. I didn't think I had time, and to be quite honest with you, I still don't. Like, I have to stay up extra late at night doing research and slides, and Leanne does too. It is a lot of work. It's a full-time job.
And we're not complaining. Please don't take it as that.
But when you're working, when you already are working more than it's very hard to maintain.
Right.
So, and then I have a daughter who I help manage her career, who is also very demanding schedule-wise.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So I never even thought it was a possibility. So for us to even be here, I don't even know how we're doing it.
I know. I agree with you. We thought we'd be lucky if we got 10 people to come and watch our channel. And we are very appreciative to everyone. But I'm
appreciative to the creators too.
Leanne oh gosh, yes.
The creators that we thought were horrible and hated us, and we didn't like them.
We were in that parasocial relationship that we just talked about. You talked about on our channel here. Yeah.
They have helped. Yeah. And they're
wonderful.
They are. They're good people. They are good people.
Yes. Very. You feel better now a little bit, I hope?
No, I don't feel better because it's still going to continue.
I know. But at least it's out there now. There's a lot of other people seeing,
but I had to do it because
of course.
I don't want people thinking that who don't know anything, new people, seeing that and thinking I did this crazy shit they're accusing me of. Just like they accused me of when I did the Secret Santa, that I was going to take all those addresses and do something crazy with them to these people. Why in God's green earth would I even consider doing that? I have a real career. My daughter has a career. I have a beautiful family.
Right.
I have a lot going for me. Why would I throw that away?
I agree.
People's addresses.
Yeah. That just doesn't even make sense. If people actually stopped and thought about that, it doesn't make sense at all.
I just don't want people to think that, believe that stuff. That's not what the case was. and I had to say something.
Yeah, every once in a while we do have to address things like this because it gets even more and more ridiculous if you don't.
And I ignore it and it doesn't go away. It doesn't.
Right.
I've tried to ignore things. I'm dropping the link if anybody wants to come up.
Yeah, feel free. Come on up. Oh, here
And
we
I'm
go.
sorry, guys,
I'm
that we had to bring this to the channel
no,
again.
don't apologize. I think everybody here understands. I was just gonna say I'm on live, so did you hear the cat meowing?
Yes.
Every time. Sorry, everybody. It seems like every time I get on live, he wants to come and talk.
I know, Gold Star Mom. It's more about. I remember one of the times that I started to really relate to Granny, and she said she can't stand it when people lie about her, and I can't either. I care what people think about me,
Mm-hmm. I know. I totally get it.
and I thought she was my friend. I
Yeah.
thought I did right by her. I left that birthday party feeling like I did something good for my friend.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Adeline. You did do something good for your friend. So you know, and that what you wrote to her is beautiful. But she's a narcissist. She doesn't appreciate anything. No, you can't talk, Cat. Sorry, everybody. He's trying to talk to you all. No, I'm not going to brush you. Sorry.
So funny. Okay, so I know everybody's waiting for us to start covering cults. We're gonna start. We were gonna do it today, but we're gonna start tomorrow instead. So we're gonna start cults tomorrow, and we still have the other side of parasocial relationships to cover because we only covered this side of the subscriber where it's toxic to the subscriber, but we didn't cover the side where it's toxic to the creator. And I put a bunch of things together for that. I'm just not done with it yet. So maybe Sunday we'll start cults tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll do the finish up parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
Hi, Sofa.
Hey, Sofa.
Hi, ladies. What did I miss?
So all the stupid shit with this birthday party, and I got
Yeah.
yeah, I
Since
got
I talked to you this morning?
so many messages with screenshots of it. I just can't take it anymore.
Please tell me everybody that's commenting is over 75.
No, I scratched their names out because I'm trying to be ethical.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you, Ladybug.
did you see the way that the men were handling it in Glenn's chat yesterday?
No,
No.
Oh God, they were
I listened.
more
I
upset than the
listened.
women.
Were they?
Really. Thank you,
Yeah.
moi.
Glenn
Thank
kept
you,
saying,
guys.
you know, he wanted his dick back and he got it back, but the other dudes lost theirs along the way. They're like, oh man, don't do this. It's the biggest mistake. You traitor.
Wow.
Has she gone live again today?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Granny, I don't know. I asked her because I was going to move my live if she did, but I don't know.
Oh no, I was talking about NC.
Oh, I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, if I have to go on, I'll go on her panel and fight for myself. I've had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember that. I remember that because I was still in that community back then. I remember that party very, very clearly, and I remember the beautiful, beautiful poem that you wrote, and how you got everyone together and stuff like that. So, unless we all are delusional, I remember that very clearly.
So when somebody calls that out, Nikki, and says, "No, I was there," the blah blah blah, the helium this, the poem this, they're like, "Well, it wasn't on her birthday day. It was a day later. It was a week later. So it didn't happen because it wasn't on the birthday day, but
Yeah.
it was going to happen on the birthday day."
She had a whole month of birthday. So,
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't my fault that it didn't happen.
because I think she wanted. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I don't. Sorry.
She didn't reach out to me. I was sitting here waiting for her. She went live without telling me.
Yeah, because I
And
had to
was
call
still
and tell
sitting
you.
here. And Leanne called and told me, and I'm like, what do you mean she's mad and got off the live? And the next thing I know, there was a big ass community post of her upset saying everything she said. So I went and got on panel, and I was like, what is going on? I was 100% ready to have this party.
Mhm.
Yep, I remember that. I mean, I remember the
Yep.
back and forth that we were all having to get everything organized, and then also you were asking for people to send certain memories and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
you know, people were doing that. So I don't know where they're getting this from, but then it seems like if it doesn't suit people's narratives these days, they just invent their own, and if it doesn't suit it, then they just blast the person without people taking the time and effort to research it.
Right.
That's what,
but you
Yeah.
that's
is
why
it so
I
hard
said
to research it?
yeah, it is because you don't have any video evidence.
Yeah,
So-
no. I mean, no. In your case, yeah, you're absolutely right. You got thrown under the bus for something you didn't do because enough of us can come forward and testify that yes, there was. I remember that evening quite well and how you put it together. And I mean, it was a beautiful evening. Like, why would they have to freaking taint a beautiful evening that was done from love, not from anything other than just you cared about the person?
Right.
And this is what gets me is like when people just take what's immediately put out on that screen without doing an ounce of research just to look into it and talk to other people that were there, and it's like they just I don't know, it's like moss to the flame, and they don't care who they destroy in the interim. Like, what is people's problems, man? Is it so hard just to be truthful? I mean,
Yeah.
they just want to paint me as this person who came in there and I did it on purpose. That's what kills me. That one comment,
yeah,
I did it on purpose. I ruined her birthday. I was the one who suggested it. I was the one who suggested. Why would I ruin it on purpose? Would I just not suggest it at all? Why would I suggest it just to have thoughts to ruin it? Because
Yeah,
I
exactly.
run around stabbing people in the heart. That's what I do. That's who I am.
Yeah, which is it couldn't be more opposite from you if you freaking
Yeah.
I mean, it could not be more opposite from you. It could not. And I know I haven't known you as long as everybody else, but it could not be more opposite from you. I'm sorry, but I'll put the first one to just to say the same thing with Leanne. It's like you guys don't have that freaking nastiness. You just don't. It's just not in. You've got a limit to how much you'll take, but it's just not. You know.
Thank you,
Not
Nikki.
like that.
Thank you, Finding Hope. That would be awesome. Hi, Sofa. I'm sorry. Did you finish? Hi, Adeline.
Hey, Adeline.
Can you hear us, hon?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, sweetie. What's up?
How are you? I just
Good.
wanted to tell you that I was gone from the community, and I remember what a wonderful birthday party you put on for Natasha.
Oh,
So that is a bunch of for someone who would be less deserving of it. You know, you did so much for her, and you're a good person. You're both good people, and people really enjoy you. I do. You're fun. You're fresh,
yes.
and you're appreciated.
Thank
really
you so
Yeah.
much.
And if the sofa can do all the yelling for you, so you don't have to do that. And so yeah, you're Christiane. I just hope you don't let it get to you too much. You guys, the two of you are a great team, and your mods and everything. It's really
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you. We
Okay,
so
I'm gonna
nice,
hop down
Jasmine.
because I was trying to talk and text, and I
Yeah.
probably told everybody to F off and stuff. I don't know. I didn't look. So
Like
I
me
really-
the other night, I didn't see you. Hello.
all right. Well, you all have a good day.
Thank
You
you. You
too, sweetie.
too.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Adeline.
Bye bye.
I know this sounds so petty, and it really is petty if you look at all the problems in the world, and we're up here yelling and screaming over a birthday party. But I can't have people thinking this shit. I just can't.
Well, you can only take so much. I mean, we are human. You know, you can get to a breaking point.
I'm there. Like, I'm
Yep.
ready to go on her panel and defend myself.
She'll never let you up. That's the problem. So that's okay. We have our own channel here, and that's exactly what you're doing right now, is defending yourself.
I just don't she has to know I was a good friend to her. She has to know that.
Well, no, because she's a narcissist, so she doesn't have friends. She doesn't know how to have friends. So, yeah, in my opinion.
She has to know nobody sent her screenshots of me talking behind her back ever when I was over there, sneaking over here, sneaking over there, or doing fucking shady shit. Because I never did.
Mm-hmm.
I know, True Helper. You're right. You're right. I'll plan your
I
party.
don't think you're being petty. I don't think you're being petty. I think you have a limit to how much BS you can take and how much, when people misrepresent you or lie about you, at some point you can say, okay, I'm going to ignore it up to a point, but then it's, when they keep coming and they do it at the rate that they do it and the cruelty that they do it, then at some point you're going to say, look, this is enough. This is not true.
That's right.
They were in there talking about my freaking husband cheating on me with a porn star and my daughter's illegitimate. Like, how much am I supposed to keep going with?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. You just don't bring family into it. And apparently some folks don't seem to have any limits to that.
Right.
And it's I think I know people talk about, friendships online, but then there's people that, we go offline, we learn each other and we begin to develop friendships and trust in that. And then it makes it hard when things like this happen because you get it thrown back in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And, you do tell people sometimes, things that are very personal, very intimate, and you trust them. And then suddenly they use it as a weapon. And it's not like you got massive amounts of warning for it, but it's just like the cruelty behind it just seems to be escalating to a degree that I don't know. People.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
You're right, Nikki. You're very
Yeah,
right.
Nikki's completely right.
You're going to go through so much. Go ahead.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
That's okay. Sofa, sorry. Let me just address her.
Yeah.
Holly, you know what? Now that you say that, I think you're right. I think you did cover that. I hope maybe it's still up. There'll be proof right there of the day of the actual birthday day. I was literally in my kitchen waiting. She told me she was going out with her family. She was going to go live at 7 and she was going to let me know because I was running. I needed to take over the channel as if I was the creator. And she didn't let me know. I was sitting there. I messaged her.
Yeah.
I said, what's going on? And the next thing I know, Leanne called me and said she was live and got all upset and got off the live and made that community post. And the whole time I was like, what is going on?
Yep.
And I got up on her panel and explained that night. Everybody in chat was fine. She was fine. And we rescheduled the party.
Yep.
Now I ruined it on purpose because I'm the type of person that weeks earlier says, hey, let's throw Natasha a party. And then I ruin it on purpose because that's what normal people do. That's what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just the unbelievable cruelty that some folks will go to just for views and just for subscriptions.
Yeah.
Just to get just for the attention, they're willing to say and do whatever they need to do to hurt other people. And the thing is that there's a snowball effect, and we got a wonderful platform that we can share, network, and grow. And some folks are just using that to just freaking attack because, keyboard warriors is one thing because they would never have the guts to say this face to face. They wouldn't.
Right.
They say that they do, but they won't.
Yeah.
What is the point? Like, why would you want to use a beautiful platform where you can connect throughout the world in such a negative manner? And I'm not being like, hug your tree kind of thing because I have no problem hugging trees.
People.
But, there's no need for it. We can disagree and we can have a debate about it, not a freaking shouting match like a bunch of preschoolers.
Oh, I know. Like in the comments section.
Thanks,
Christiane, I think what happened is, after everyone probably believed you after the birthday incident, but when then you and Parker set her up those 2 days in a row with the cam slips and you outed her at the casino, she knew that the birthday party was a farce too.
Really? So I'm going to accuse of setting her up now?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
You
I
and
wouldn't be
Parker had no clue.
surprised.
You and Parker had no idea what you were doing. They've got bigger fish to fry over there. They need to worry about if they even have a fucking channel to go to.
You have a very
God.
good point there.
They never know when they wake up if their fucking creator's gonna be there or not. Just suck a dick.
You know, if I had a community that threw me a birthday party 3 weeks later,
Yeah.
I would be
That'd
so
still be cool.
grateful.
Right.
Now
She has
Glenn's
a
sad about
beautiful-
his birthday.
She had a month of affection and admiration from her community. An entire month. And to see them chatting over there that it was so horrible and sad and heartbreaking to watch her be heartbroken by me on her birthday.
I mean, I was under the impression that her family was taking her out for that day
Right.
specifically. you
She
know?
was.
And that was the whole point of doing it afterwards, or either before or after.
No, it was supposed to happen that night. And she had messaged me in the morning, said she was going with her family all day, but she wouldn't let me know when she got home around 7. She was going at 7. I'm paraphrasing because I haven't gone back and read the text messages. And I said, okay. And I sat here and waited in my kitchen, making sure I had everything charged, balloons tied to my chair, just like I did the week later. I had everything ready. And she went live and never told me. And I was messaging her. And then even after Leanne called me and told me she made that community post and went live and got upset and quit, I messaged her and I said, what is going on? Yeah. Why did you go live? And I forget what she said. But then she went live again and I went up on panel and I was like, what is going on? I was ready for this.
Yep.
Everybody remembers it. Because we got made fun of.
Yep.
I think, a matter of fact, I think somebody said, Christiane, you were a wimp up there. You should have said more. I remember that.
I think everybody in the entire chat made fun of you. Actually, I'm kidding. I do remember taking a lot of joy for the first few seconds of watching her log on and having no birthday party be there. And then I felt really bad, but for the first few seconds, I think I enjoyed that part. But anyway, would you forward those emails to me and I'll take care of that part?
I already answered.
I'll take care of the back office.
I will, but I already answered them. What? Okay.
Well, if I don't mind saying, I think that one, you guys, you and Leanne have created an incredibly good channel here, and you're building it on organic level, root level, ground level, and you've thrived. And I think that can be intimidating to some of the others because you've done it quickly, but I think the right way. And that's what I think. As painful as what they're doing is, and I agree with you, it is, but keep thriving and doing what you're doing because it's working. And take all that negative BS, that horrible nastiness, and just keep freaking being you guys and thrive.
Thank you.
And to hell with the rest of them. I mean, I know that's hard to do, and I'm in the same boat right now. It's hard to do, but keep true to yourselves and don't give them an ounce of your energy because it's good to come up and address it. And I think that Christiane had every right to address it. I just think that you guys have a really good platform to build on, and you're doing it and you're building it from the grassroots levels, which means it's going to have a strong foundation and it's going to keep growing. And I think that terrifies the living beep out of those folks.
And we are not bonded in hate.
Exactly.
No, you say to come up and keep being who you are. This is who I am. I can't. I have to address it. I have to.
Absolutely. You have every right to. You have every right to. And you're not doing anything wrong. I think you're not doing it by yelling and screaming and showing personal stuff and personal messages. You're doing what's been publicly released. You know, you're not hitting below the belt to get your point across. And I think I wish people would do more of that and have an open panel and have a discussion, have a debate, and in an adult manner rather than a shouting, slinging match, and then suddenly publishing all kinds of private stuff. And I think you guys haven't done that, so it's like keep doing what you're doing.
And I wouldn't do that because no matter what, if you have a friend and you felt that they were a good friend, no matter what they do, it would hurt you to go out and hurt them purposely. That's the way I feel. I can't hurt people that I considered friends at one point in my life. I can't. Yeah, exactly. I won't do that.
Yep. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. So sometimes silence is the best thing up to a point, even though it hurts. But it's like, it can be so frustrating and so hurtful when they do that to you, and then you're going to go, okay, well, I'm going to take the high road, but how many high roads can you take? It's
right. And and Glenn's having his distancing video, his distancing live party, and they're talking about me in the chat as this damn birthday party. It's like, are you kidding me?
They clearly don't have anything better to talk about.
Yeah. It's just
I don't even sit up here and fucking rip on Glenn, who called me a whore and everything the fuck else he just called me a couple weeks ago. For what reason? Because I never did anything wrong to him.
Well, because, you and I don't have any morals, remember?
Yeah.
I'm being facetious because that's what we were told. So
I don't have any morals because my husband cheated on me with a porn star and who happens to be my best friend, and my kid's illegitimate.
Wow. And I apparently am a mental case who doesn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. So there you go.
Wow. Yeah.
And I go around ruining people's birthdays on purpose. What purpose?
Yeah.
Let's look at that again. What purpose?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I just don't give them the power. Don't give them your energy. You have beautiful energy, both of you. All of you guys here have beautiful energy. Don't give them that energy. Just don't waste your precious, beautiful energy. But you're right. You have a right to defend yourself and do it by all means. But don't let them corrupt your soul.
Oh no, definitely not. I won't let it get Christiane down too bad. I'll get her to laughing about something later. No
and then
worries.
Christiane couldn't plan a bad book burning on time. What the fuck does that mean?
Means that they're an idiot, don't even know what they're talking about, so they have to say something stupid.
That's disgusting. That's because he burned Scarlett's book on.
Yeah, that's disgusting. It's unacceptable. And honestly, I mean, book burning is very much associated with a very dark past.
Yes.
So really don't go there. If they really want to do that book burning, they're only going to expose themselves for what they are. Because if they look into the true history behind that specific act, they would. It would. I mean, and I wish that their community would look into it and say, well, book burning. This is what it's been associated with. Do you really want to have somebody that openly does that and on social media? That's sick. I'm sorry, and that may make me a target, fine, but I'm just calling it what it is. And the proof's out there. Just Google it.
No, you're right. Yeah,
look, I was there. There was no party. She did it on purpose. What purpose?
Anybody who wrote a comment, if you're listening, you're a fucking idiot.
I want to know what purpose I had in ruining it.
It's been a year.
Please. Tell me the purpose I had in ruining it, because at that time I was a dedicated member of the community. Was my purpose to get slammed and bashed and everybody to hate me? I guess that my purpose. What purpose would I have to ruin her birthday? Because I sit here secretly in my kitchen and twiddle my thumbs and
yeah, right.
How can I ruin her without her knowing? Like, what the fuck purpose?
Holly, it's another fellow person who's a mental case that doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Welcome. It's my kindred spirit, Holly. Right?
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. That's just so funny. No, it's not funny. I mean, I'm not laughing at you. I promise you, I'm not. It's comical.
No, it's okay because I don't know if you saw my response. Probably not. But after she said that about me, I went and found a picture of like some Barbie looking doll, and I put that as my profile picture. And I said, well, This picture's me. I'm a mental case. This is me. Really? This is right here. This picture's me. So I just poked fun at it.
Yeah.
Echo, you're right. I know. I saw that. It was crazy.
I just think like Christianity, like vent away absolutely, and then you've got more heart and soul in your excrement than they have in their blooming poop shadow. So and I'm sorry, that's graphic, and I don't mean to be nasty or anything else like that, and I'm not sucking up or anything. I just stating the obvious is that you guys have really, really done a great job, and so a lot of people in the chats are coming out and talking and stuff like that. People like that want to destroy you or make comments like that, don't give them the power.
That's
And I know you're
true,
not,
Nikki.
but you're confronting it, and I think you have every right to, but you're also confronting it, I think, in a very adult manner. You're producing the facts and you're talking about it. You're not just going, you're firing at the hip. You're talking about it. And
Yes.
saying, look, if you've got some alternative, show me the evidence.
And you know how hard this is for
Absolutely.
me not to fire at the
Yeah.
hip? I am a hot-headed ass Italian that
Yep.
once I
I
get
got that
there,
Irish in me. I'll come right at I hear you. I do. I totally hear you, because it's been hard to keep silent. But it's it's not about me. It's about what you're going through, and I hate to see that, because I know that you're a caring human being. And
I am. I cared. I wanted her to have a good birthday party. I wrote her that poem. What that poem I wrote? That was fake. Like, who sits down and writes a 4-page poem?
Yeah, I know.
Because they're trying to ruin somebody's birthday.
Right.
no.
Yeah, the whole thing is ridiculous.
Michelle K and I worked hours on her video. But what gets me is they keep saying that people wanted to help throw her a party, and I wouldn't let them. That is a bold-faced lie. And who am I to stop them? They could have, if they had something planned, they could have all got together and did it. The panel was open.
Yep. Thank you, Ladybug. Yeah.
The panel was open. But apparently I have the power to say, no, you're not allowed on this panel. It's not even mine, but you're not coming up here. Especially the mods. If the mods wanted to do something, they could have said, fuck Christine. This is what we're doing for you on your birthday. When her birthday day came, it's all my fault that nobody did anything.
Yeah. I think if I'm not corrected, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't you put out a request for those folks that wanted to come in and help?
Yes, I did. And I got one more.
Yeah, I remember that, because I was working and I couldn't, but I remember that. I do remember that. I may actually be able to find that email too.
And the talent show. You both put so much into that talent show. And then why'd you call that off?
And oh my God, the Santa's gift list thing that I did, this gift exchange. Do you know how much work that took with all those community members? Oh my God, it was days of work. And she gave me access to the email because that's where everybody was emailing. So I got accused of fucking with their email after I left and doing shady shit with their email. Are you kidding me?
Dippity do, what kind of stuff has saved the drama saying now on this video that they just, or the post, I guess, that they just made?
Wait, why did they make a post?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I just think we have such a wonderful platform that you guys are creating, and you're creating a network and a connection between folks that ordinarily did not want to come together, and they have come together, and we can have these wonderful, we can have these debates, like adult debates, and we don't all have to agree. We can literally say, hey, I don't agree with you. Well, let's discuss it and not rip each other apart afterwards, or then go behind the scenes and do some shady stuff. And I think that's something that's remarkable.
And seeing other people happy. That's what it is. It's just what it is. The other night, their random panel, where everybody was just laughing. I'm sure that got under so many people's, got under their skin. And it's just, it's sad, but it is how it is. And, those people, that's where they're at. They're at Natasha's. I was telling, I think Holly the other night on her panel, or one of them, but when I first left there, I was like, I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I was so mean. You know, it was that parasocial relationship. It
Yeah.
took a
Been
little
there.
bit,
Yeah.
and then you start getting all kind of fifis. Like when you
Mhm.
watch her and you see something happen to someone else, and you either relate to it or it makes you cringe, and you're like, "Fuck, maybe she did kind of have some kind of power over me, or maybe I was a sheep."
I think Sophie King brought up a wonderfully good point. I think it's we can't really help how we feel, but we can help how we react to it. But it makes it so difficult when we're in a type of, because when I get off work, this is like my escapism up to a point.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
family duties and everything else, absolutely. And there's a beautiful opportunity, and I know I keep mentioning it just because I know the potential for how good it can be and how
Right.
you can
Yeah,
connect the network, and you can really have, like, we can have spirited debates without
I
Right.
having to
know.
destroy each other. And I don't know why
Right.
it all went wrong. And it's
And
all about, like, how many views can we do? Sorry, Christiane, go
no,
ahead.
that's okay. No, you're right. And to add to that, it used to be my pastime during COVID,
Yeah.
and my husband was on night shift, so he would leave for at 3 in the afternoon and not come home till 4 a.m. And my daughter was training 6 days a week. I was lonely. I went on for company, and out of that came great friendships and people I got to know. I talked to so many people outside of YouTube that I met here, you being one of them, Nikki. And Leanne's one of my best friends. Sofa's one of my best friends. Um, I talked to Granny. Granny's an amazing person. And it shouldn't be so tragic when we
I
come
know.
on here and everybody attacking each other. You should be able to come on here, and like you said, you don't go around in real life if you don't hold the same opinion saying,
Yeah,
oh, okay, you're a fucking loser, you're a fat ass, you're this and that, because you don't agree with their opinion.
Right.
yeah. You want to know what else you don't do? You don't threaten somebody to get off of YouTube and think that it's going to go that way. That's
Yeah.
what you don't
Right.
do.
Yep. Or use
Unless you're the
private
biggest
information.
fucking loser in the world. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Nikki.
Yep.
Exactly.
I think, we when we trust certain folks, and it's not because we're, you know, um, little home housewives or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with being a housewife, first off, but not that I am. I mean, I
Right.
work full time, and have a family and stuff like that. But it's when people are threatening to use private stuff, or they come after you directly like that, and it's like, are we in like high school where you can't hang out with this group and you can't hang out with that group because you don't look the
Right.
right way? Like, grow up. We're adults here.
It's the people
There's
who have
no
nothing
need
to
for it.
lose. That's what's so scary about it.
It's
Mhm.
disgusting, and it needs to stop before somebody gets really hurt, and it's heading that way.
Yeah,
Wh-
it is.
What, Christine, I talked to you this morning and you had received some emails and we talked about some other stuff, but then I wasn't on YouTube for a while and I saw that you were live. Did something else happen? Or
No,
was it
because
Fun's
well,
chat?
yeah. I read the comments that got sent to me, and it just upset me enough to have to do this. And I didn't open them up. And then
And
after I
this is the
talked,
last time you're doing it, right?
yes, I
Well,
don't
I
care
think
what
they had
it.
every right to feel upset because of
Yeah.
the amount of work that went into that. There was a massive amount of work that you put into that. To
Mhm.
have it thrown back right into your face or be called a liar after you've done it, where it was published on social media, like, did everybody get well, not everybody, but did certain people suddenly get blinders or lobotomy that they didn't see it?
I don't know.
Right.
Well, I said,
I'm
am I
sorry,
living
but
on
that's
Venus?
Well, it's like, I mean, you like someone 1 second and the very next second you don't over there. So that's the type of people that you're dealing with.
Mhm.
And I'm guilty of it too. I would turn on people too, well, you just start chiming in, the whole chat's doing it. And I've got the willpower not to, but I still did it.
it's like that group mentality that we often talk about, or that mass. Excuse me, my words escape me at this point. It's been a
That's
long day,
okay.
but like mob mentality. That's what mob mentality
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
which you have a
Yeah.
much broader
Mhm.
audience. And then I think that what I find shameful is that people aren't willing to do their own research to look into it before they form an opinion. You know,
Because you don't leave that bubble when you're over there. You know
Yeah.
that, Nikki. How often did we hear shit and then not leave to check on it?
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
We
A
never.
lot.
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when we start,
I'm in college and I know better, but
right. I mean, I was a reporter. I had my own political column. I knew. That's why I had to analyze what the hell where my head was when I was involved in that, because I know to always see both sides. As a columnist for a newspaper, I had to. That was my job. You have to be non-biased to get to the truth.
Yeah.
It's funny
I
though
think
too. Go ahead, Nikki. I'm sorry.
No. Please go ahead. Sorry, I'm interrupting everybody, so my bad.
No, you're not.
No, you're not at
No,
all.
you're not.
I was just gonna say it's funny the people that left. I mean, me being one of them, I was obviously not, didn't have a great reputation over there. And then I remember Jessica asking me, I don't know, maybe the second or third day that I was in her chat, who I thought would leave next, and I said Christiane Parker and tattoos. And that's when Parker denied that she wasn't gonna leave and said some shit about me or whatever. But the point of that being is, when I'm talking to tattoos as a friend, off of YouTube and on, I totally forget that she was ever even over there. It's like, because these people grow into who they really are.
Right.
And it's crazy looking back and seeing, when I'll see Parker's got a live coming up, and, my brain, the way I think about it, it's just like, oh, it's Parker, the creator, it's alive, it's true crime, something happened. It's so hard for me. And it happens so quickly because they come out of their shell so quickly.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are some over there that that wouldn't be the case. They either just won't ever leave, which is fine. Natasha can have her channel and she can have her subs. That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
But then if they think that they're gonna come over here and attack you and go over there and listen to her attack people, they got another fucking thing coming.
Amen. I think Sabrina Speakeasy made a very good point there. Is accusations
She always
and hearsay
does.
are a huge problem, and she's right. She nailed it on the head, and I find that is a big problem with certain types of media. Is that when did we stop, or when did certain people stop saying, "Hang on, let me just look into this," and then. But you're right. I mean, another thing that Christiana said too is like when you're in that social or the parasocial relationship, you don't want to see bad in the person. You don't, because it makes you feel like an idiot at the end of the day, potentially. And I don't mean to use that as a bad term, but it's suddenly when you start to see things and you're like, wait a minute, I'm doing some research. Let me look into who's doing the research and make sure that it's viable. Rather than having this knee-jerk reaction. We can all get spirited, and there's nothing wrong with being spirited. But I think it's also up to the creators and the people that are in there, like the mod saying, okay, shut it down if you can't say it in an adult manner, or let's discuss it.
And Nikki, you're such a good example because, and it's sad when people think this, but you would come up and defend her so many times.
Oh, yes, I did. Absolutely.
And I remember thinking, this woman is so smart.
Yeah.
It has to be brainwashed. This woman is so smart. She's sitting here saying, I don't know why they're doing this to you. These people, they're just horrible. Why are so many channels? Why are all these people just so horrible? But you hadn't gone anywhere else. You may have lurked. I didn't see you anywhere else. But, I was like, this is proof right here.
Absolutely right.
I talk to some of the people that are over there, still in comment sections every now and then that I think are very smart, intelligent women, and wonder what the hell they're doing too. But it's not a bunch of people like Glenn.
No, you're right.
Like,
you're right, and I'll own that.
Surprised.
I totally did. I went.
I did too. We all did.
Totally did. And I think that deep down inside, well, when we first were part of it, it was really like, it was fun. It was really good. It was a great connection, and then it all changed. And that's when I kind of started going, excuse me, and I could have handled it more maturely, and I didn't. I just disappeared. But
let me address this. Let me address this, Jen in Jersey. She was wondering how none of us saw any of this stuff. I'm going to read to you part of the poem that I wrote for her on her birthday, and this explains why. So the part says, she is not perfect, none of us are, but you don't throw people away because of imperfections. If that were the case, every one of us would be alone. You embrace the good, the relatable, and the vulnerability in your friends. You walk each other through the imperfections, and you support one when the other falters. That's what friends do. That's the definition of a friend. And I thought she was my friend.
Yeah, I was there too, and I will agree that I went up and I said many things, because I went with my heart, but also
Yeah.
I still take responsibility. That was still my my
Nothing to
bad
take
in
responsibility
some ways,
for.
but she wasn't all bad. There was good parts to her. That's what draws us in, and before, I don't know what changed, but once it did, I don't know if I don't want to say the fundraiser or anything else like that, but something changed, and when it did, it changed for the really dark. I mean, it went dark. It went really kind
That's
of like
exactly what
really
it was for
negative.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do
Did
that.
you-
That's not me, and I'm not going to come off when I left. I didn't drag anybody. I didn't,
No, you
attack
didn't.
her. I just stayed
No.
on my little own pond, kind of thing. But I was still, I did what I did. And I'll own it. I'll own my own fault 100%. But I also know that I've learned a lot from it. And I'm also not going to let, I thought I'd learned a lot from it. But,
Yeah.
I do enjoy having the opportunity to come up and have a healthy debate and discussion with people, even if they don't agree with me and say, well, you did this. And I didn't do that much, but, I can own my errors, my mistakes, and my failures. I'll own it.
Well,
There's no
Exactly.
point in denying it.
When comparing
Same.
you to me over there, it's a night and day. And I think it's very sweet that you're apologizing, but I don't think you have anything to apologize for. It was a more like, oh my God, that was an eye opener, because I did just leave when the fundraiser started. I was like, this shit's whack. And but you were so emotionally invested in her. You just could not understand
Yeah.
why we were so horrible,
Yeah.
why we were doing this. And I don't think the majority of you were even seeing it or hearing it, other than when she went live to tell you what someone had just done or said about her. And I can
That's true.
see that.
I didn't even go to the
Yeah.
hate channels. I refused to.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
I
too.
didn't have the time or the effort. I just was like, oh my God, this is somebody that I can relate to who's been attacked, and this is not cool. And again,
Yeah.
that's my failure, because I did not do the research that I needed to do. But she wasn't all bad to me, but it was also that I wasn't an adult about doing more research, and there's no excuse. I messed up, and I'll own it. And I know it's not about me, but it's I'm not making excuses. I also chose to ignore things too. That was
Yeah.
something that I will own, that because I chose to ignore certain things, certain flags, and
Right.
did not
Right.
listen to certain people, because I felt that they were so angry, and I didn't look into why they were so angry, but I didn't want that anger into my life at that time, so I was willing to just brush it off, which
Yeah.
is again my failure, not theirs. That's something that I failed to do, and that's
And
not
did
being a
I?
martyr or anything else, because I know that you grow and you learn.
So
Um,
it
Did
also
you not get the ability to adopt a baby that you've been waiting for towards the end, or am I dreaming that?
I would prefer that we don't go into a lot
Yeah,
of
she
detail
doesn't
about that if you
Okay.
could. But yes,
Oh,
that
I'm
is
so
true.
sorry.
No, it's
Yes,
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
I just
okay.
know it was
No, it's
live
okay.
because
I
I
mean,
wouldn't
but
know
that
any
is
other way.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Moving on.
it's been released anyway. So yeah, that is true. We just keep.
I'm
I
very
keep.
sorry.
No, you're fine. You haven't. I mean, I let that information out too in a very short little way. So it is. I just keep the family kind of separate, just because of things that have been happening and
Yeah.
and stuff. But no, you
Well,
didn't.
you did good, because I wasn't sure if it was a child or a dog. So there you go.
There
I
you
know.
go. And another thing too is people bond. People by nature, I believe, are good, and we all don't like to see a person get hurt, and that's why we have so much outrage for bullies, right? So a lot of people bonded in her community, and I know what it was for me. It was I connected emotionally because I believed she was being bullied and persecuted and ripped apart, and my heart broke for her. And that is how I got sucked in. That's how
Yes.
I began my you know, unhealthy obsession to be there to help her, to protect her. And that's where my mindset was. And I think a lot of people's mindset are there as well. That's why they have that extreme, it's us over here against them, those immoral haters. If you read some of their, I pulled a bunch of comments that I'm going to put on a slide probably tomorrow. They feel that we are actually the spawn of Satan over here, that we are such bad people with
They
no
are so, yes, they are
Yeah.
so wrapped up right now that they wouldn't even dare come peek unless they were at the point where we
Exactly.
all were, where we were
Mhm.
leaving.
There were
And they're
so
getting their information only from her.
right.
And, you know, it can be embellished, but a lot of it's truth. I'm just wondering, you know, when another community is going to come along, because we're the fucking dumpster fire now.
Right.
And they're, you know,
No, I know that
and
now.
we're going to go begging them, like, please let me in.
Tracy, I know that now, but while I was there, that was my mindset. And it's a lot of their mindset now because I read it in their comments. And they really honestly believe it's them against us, and we are in the war, the angels and the devils.
Yeah.
They're the angels and we're the devils. And when we were all over there, we felt the same way, right, Leanne? Nikki?
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, it's a deja vu.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
deja vu.
See, the paneling started after I left, the extreme paneling shortly after I left. And I left with about $16,000 when she was upset that we weren't going to make our goal to 20, and that, you know, she was sighing. And this is when the camera started turning off all the time. And I just raged one day, thought, you know, we picked the number 20. 20 was not a fucking number.
Yeah.
It was the highest. That's
Yeah.
why we went with 20. You have 16 and you have a week left. You have $16,000, and there's all these people in chat, and I know a fourth of them have half of that, and they're here mourning with you, you know. And I was like, fuck this shit, and, you know. But at that time, like, I know who some of her, you know, subs are, but at that time, without having a panel, I mean, I don't really recall people knowing who people's subs were. Like, I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess, like, they don't. There's one woman in particular who does leave and go places. Now they don't, because she really has not let you come back if you do. But one that did, she's such a smart woman, but she seems to just keep going back that way, and I can't understand it, because, oh yeah, I can. Never mind.
Because
Yeah,
they
come
feel
on.
she's being harmed, and that people are hurting her, and everybody wants to stand against bullies.
Yeah.
Well, she's got them really wrapped up in the fact that we want to control them. We don't care about money or what it is. We want to tell them what to do with everything.
You're
Because
right.
their comment section now says, it's our money, and when you get mad, we give more. You get mad, we give more. You
And
know,
I
and I'm like,
showed that
whoa,
video when we were
she's a
doing the Paris.
genius.
Right.
She's evil.
When I showed that parasocial relationship video of the other creator, that Lori Beth 426, she did the exact same thing in her community. It literally showed her saying, I need you all to donate $2 right now. We need to show these haters. Show the haters.
Mhm.
That'll piss them off. And they were all, it was flying. The money was flying.
Yeah.
Well, even when Glenn was saying such horrible things about Granny, she was saying, what did I tell you about leaving and going over there? That's what they will do. And I was like, wait, let's back up a bit. Let's talk about what he said. He wasn't too scared out there in the big bad world, you know, leaving your channel like the first time to go over to someone else's panel or chat and say all that stuff. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's her whole thing now. It's look what happened to you. Look what they do. Look what they do when you leave.
Yeah. And so Holly played a video. I watched one of Holly's videos, and I think it was from a week ago, but I just watched it yesterday when I was waiting for my kitty in the vet. And it showed her and Mandy and Holly come up on the panel, and I guess her and Mandy were trying to
Oh
interfere.
yeah.
Natasha wasn't near as confident in her behavior as she is now. So, and I'm only saying this because somebody brought it up in chat, like, don't say that she didn't change her behavior. I agree with you. I think that the motive was always there. I think it just, she wasn't comfortable to show that right away. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I mean, it's a valid point.
But I don't know, Angie, he didn't, I don't think. I don't know.
I mean, it's hard. I know we kind of sit here and we know that we have invested a great deal of time and effort into certain people, and then and believing in them and try. It's not that we come in blindly, because that's not the case. None of us are like, completely naive at all. Because believe you me, that whatever these haters go on about, we're not as naive as folks may think, but we do hope to think the best in people sometimes, and we give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And when others maybe perhaps don't. And we want, I personally, I want to see people thrive, not fail.
Right.
I don't want to sit there and kick them while they're down, especially if they're really down, but also don't want to enable bad behavior,
Right.
and it's drawing that fine line. I think that's really hard to do sometimes, because we're so, sometimes it does help taking that step back, but it's being able to have the strength to take that step back.
Yeah.
I don't have a solution for it. I don't, other than I'm glad I did when I did.
Especially when you're personally involved, it's even harder. Like, parasocial relationships where it's one-sided friendship, it is normal for a person to make excuses for anything. Like even her past, the things that happened in her past that are news articles on and this and that, we all read those, but we all gave the benefit of the doubt, like you would do with a friend, and say, oh, well, maybe this happened, and made excuses. And that's part of being so wrapped up in an unhealthy relationship, where you have to notice the red flags before you fall, before you get into it.
It's so difficult, because and then you try to see if you can like being a true friend is you there through thick and thin, but then you get to a point where the abuse or whatever the case has become so bad that you can't, because it becomes so toxic that it infests your own life, and it drains you to the point in which you're going, okay, now I have to really, really set boundaries or set limits. And I think that's difficult to do.
Right. And I had to make a conscious decision that day. And I talk about this before. That day I was I was on Catalina Island with my husband, and her and I were messaging back and forth all day, arguing. And I could have fixed it there. I could have. I could have just sucked it up and said, I'm sorry, and called it a day. Yeah. But I chose to stay strong, because I thought to myself, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yep, that's it. I think that's where the realization comes in, is where we look at our own behavior, and we look at our own input into it, and we go, wait a minute, we're not the issue. We may have contributed in some ways to it, but we're not the main issue. And if we continue to support that, then one, we're not being true to ourselves, because you can feel it. You can feel that drain in you. You can physically feel that stress and that anxiety. You wake up and you don't feel right. And then once you set that limit, or you set that boundary, you do have that kind of trying to fight off that guilt, because I think that we have that kind of guilt factor where we're like, oh, am I letting you down? Am I not doing the right things? But that's, I think sometimes some folks will literally feed off that your guilt or your heart. I always put it that way. And sometimes it is hard to stand up and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. We're done. And I love you very much, but as long as you do this, I can't be by your side. I can't do it.
Is it Mike's birthday? Not to change the subject. Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday,
Mike.
We'll sing for you. Not here on your birthday. We'll sing for you.
There's some wonderful points. I think you brought up some absolutely wonderful points. I really do.
I'm sorry that I had to do this to
Don't
our
apologize.
subscribers.
Yeah.
I know. I just feel bad because it's not where our normal content goes.
It's okay. You
all
know,
I
you
needed to.
like I said, we're human. We can only take
Yeah.
so much, and it's good
Yeah.
to address it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then I'm gonna say this. It's your birthday in 3 days. Okay, you got to come here. We're gonna sing to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Michelle, our mod, one of our wonderful mods, keeps dropping our link. So if you've appreciated our content on the Paranormal Week and the Parasocial Relationship series, you can help support the channel through that link if you want. If not, please subscribe if you have not already. We're so close to our 1,000.
Oh, we're getting closer every day.
We're so excited. We can't even believe it. We're dumbfounded.
so huge.
We thought we had we would get I always say this, 20 people. And
We
we were
literally
happy with
did.
that. We were like, we're gonna have
Yeah.
20 new friends.
Yeah.
And so
we're just like, we're gonna go on and have fun and just
Yeah.
talk and do what we do
Yep.
best, just BS, you know, with each
Yeah.
other and with the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're
Hell,
so grateful.
what's the 3 lives and bang, you got the community. That just shows you, man. People want that kind of expressionism.
That's why I feel bad. Yeah, and that's why I keep saying I'm sorry that I brought
Please
this.
don't feel
Yeah,
bad because we've said from day one, you know,
Yeah.
there will probably be things that come up that we need to address, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be every single live that we're on. We usually have a good time and we're laughing,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and it'll be that way again.
Right,
Yeah.
and cover interesting topics. So
Yes.
we're all excited to get to 1,000 so that we can get memberships because we want to do. I want to live stream from the Cecil Hotel, from
Yes.
Rose house, from.
I'm
oh,
still going to
God.
drag Sofa with me somewhere around here to go. And
Michael Jackson's Neverland. I want to stream from. Where was the other place?
thank you, Gold Star Mom. We'll be doing Paranormal Week again
Yes.
in the future. We'll cover, you know, cryptids, aliens, Bigfoot, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and we're going to make that weekly, we said, right? Once a week.
Yep, we're going to do one episode weekly, and then later down the road we'll have another full Paranormal Week.
We were going to go to what was the cult place that I keep forgetting that here in LA?
Oh, what am I thinking of?
Who was a mass murderer, the serial killer, the head of the cult?
Jim Jones?
No, the one in California, the one that killed the movie star, the pregnant lady.
Oh, to Cielo Drive, the Manson murders.
Yeah,
Manson murders.
we're going to go to that area and we'll do in-depth research on it, and then I'm going to actually go to the places. And
you got the Hillside Strangler out there too. I mean, you got
we got all that.
killer, freaking nutsackers.
At the Cecil, you've got Richard Ramirez, and
Yep.
there's another serial killer, and then that Elisa Lam. That'll be interesting. And I have an email in to someone who hopefully can get you in with security.
Yeah. If she knows the security guard, so if we can get in, I'm going to be streaming from inside of there. So
Yeah.
I might even
That would
try to sneak
be
up
awesome.
to the water tank and everything.
Oh,
So, not that it's the same one, but
It is.
It is.
It is,
Yeah.
is what I've been told. Yes.
oh, it is. Okay.
It is.
Yeah, Night Stalker.
Just that
that's-
elevator that's creepy as heck. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that security guard comes with me, but I'll try to pay him off. I'll be like, here's a little tip if you take me up to the
Well, hopefully, if the person that I contacted, if
I'll
he
send
can
you
get
some
in-
sage and some freaking salt lick.
Yeah.
He's taken a lot of the paranormal people up there, so hopefully he can get you in there with him too.
Yeah. So I'm excited to
So lots of fun stuff coming up.
yeah.
Yes, Gary, we will be having, when we do Paranormal Week again, that's one of the things I'm hoping that Melissa Jade will come and collab with me on, and Christian, and we can do some talks about aliens and UFOs and stuff like that too.
We got you,
I did
Sam.
be-
We'll start planning that for you. She wants a truck for her birthday in October.
Oh, we better start planning that
Yes.
right now.
Yvette,
Yes.
I'm gonna do the OJ. I'm gonna do the actual footsteps. Follow the footsteps he took that day, because there's a tour here in LA that you can pay and go on, and they even go down the 405 in a white Bronco like he did that day. So I'm going to pay to do the tour so that I know the whole
Fun.
footsteps. And then we're going to do a live where I'll redo the tour without the tour people and go to where he killed her on Bundy Drive. But they did change the front of the building because I did drive past there. I guess they were getting a lot of people there, obviously, to take pictures or whatever.
Sure.
And they did change the front so you can't really see inside to that little area where they found her. But it's still the place. You can see a little bit, but yeah.
T. Adams, I would go on a date with the security guard if it would get us in the Cecil, but I have to fly out there quick. But if I thought it could get us in, you better believe it.
Oh, where'd Nikki go? We just brought Sophie and Nikki both left us.
Oh.
But yeah, we're gonna do paranormal once a week. We're gonna pick a day, right?
Yeah, definitely. We might wait until after your cult series because that's going to be very, very interesting.
Yes, I just started diving into that. Oh my goodness,
there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have.
Hey, Blue October. Yeah, I think that'll just be really interesting. That especially, I didn't know that they had tours like that where you went and followed. That's really. I bet they get a lot of people doing it though.
Yeah, it's cheap too. It's like $60 and it's like a 4-hour ordeal.
Wow.
To do it.
We'll have to look up because wasn't the Black Dahlia in LA as well?
Yes, the Black Dahlia. I rode past an area where she was. We're gonna go to the Viper Room.
Where Mike, have fun mowing. Have a good 4th to you too. We don't see you before then.
Yes. We haven't seen you in a while, Mike. I hope you're okay.
The Viper Room? Did you say you're going to the Viper Room? That would be awesome.
I'm gonna do the Viper Room. I'll go inside. I've been in there a million times, but it's unchanged. I think the only thing they changed is the bathrooms, but don't hold me on that. And what else? I don't know, but that's all upcoming. If we hit, I should say.
And we have suggestions, we take suggestions too. So if any of you have, anything that you want us to check out, definitely shoot us an email or let us know. Mm-hmm. T. Adams, I love you too.
You don't love me, T. Adams?
You're not the one going on the date with the security guard. No.
I might flirt with him if it gets us in. I'll have to wear a
I know, right? I would go on a date with him if he would let us go wander around the Cecil. I'd be like, sure, I'll go on 2 dates with you if you let us just go.
Ladybug, the Viper Room is the nightclub that was owned by Johnny Depp. It was very popular in the late 80s, and it's where River Phoenix passed away out in front of. But there's a lot of history in there. It's a really cool building.
It's also very haunted, is what I've heard.
Right. So Johnny Depp no longer owns it. He had a partner. He tried to buy the partner out, but the partner wouldn't. And I forget, they had to go to court over something. And then they found the partner dead in the canyon, Santa Monica Canyon.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm going to take this. The day of the court, they found him dead.
Yikes. That's crazy. Gold Star Mom, did you see it? Looks like there's some people who want to go investigate with you. And I don't think Nikki is too far away. So, Nikki, if you're in here. Hey, that guy. We were just talking about where Christiane's going to go around LA and do some filming for our next paranormal week. Okay, Hemi, that's a deal.
So gas here is $6.40.
Woo, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
not fun for me. It's like a car payment, just paying for gas for a week. So I'm not loving the gas prices. Yeah, I think Neverland is abandoned now. I don't believe they're doing anything there, but I'm going to at least drive over and we can see the grounds, walk around and see things.
Yeah, because I think, I've seen on some of the paranormal channels, they stand outside the gate and do like spirit box. So yeah, I think you can stand right outside the gate there.
Yeah, you can. And they leave notes in the walls and stuff.
Wow.
So a lot of tours do go. But if you walk around the property, I believe you can see the amusement park like the Ferris wheel and stuff
Wow.
over the gates.
That'd be very cool. I still need to get a hold of that guy on Cielo Drive and see if I can get you in there too.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff.
That guy,
That
come
guy.
with me. You're in LA with me. We should go
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. We should go together. We can
I
break
think
in.
you guys should. That would be awesome.
No, I'm not at a casino. Why? Why do you say?
It sounded, did your phone ring? It sounded like
yeah.
it.
That's why I said, hold on, I gotta mute. I wish I was at the casino. Not that I ever would.
No, I don't either.
You're down? All right, awesome. See, that guy and I will do it, Leanne.
Good. Yay.
We can break in together. You can boost me up over the wall. And then I'll
have the bail money ready to wire out there for you quick.
Bring the bail money, and then I'll drop a rope and I'll hoist you up, that guy. We got this. It's only
Enchanted, that's a very good idea. Just do what Enchanted said. Please leave a flower when you go visit places that people died violently. I agree.
I always do. I do a prayer too.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
I didn't know that. You can absolutely. We need to set something up.
Excuse me.
That would be so fun. I think it's high, that guy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know though. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff coming up. I'm really looking forward to your cult series. I think that's going to be very, very interesting. That's a lot of work in that one.
Oh gosh, so much work. I already spent, I'd say, at least 8 hours just pulling things that I need to read. Just finding interesting articles and stuff that I even want to read. So there was 8 hours of just pulling that. Now I have to actually sit down and read it. So
Southern Lady said she's an expert on the Manson case.
Oh,
there you go.
That's awesome. Southern Lady, if you want to, when we cover that, if you want to come up on panel and talk about it, you're very welcome to.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
Cheap Girl said they'll have to get donations for Bell. He said he's high too. The wall will get along just fine. I'm tall too. I'm 5'9". So we may be able to get over that wall just fine. I mean, what are they going to really do to us if we jump over? They're not going to throw us in jail. They'll just kick us out, right?
They'll just give you a trespass charge. That's it.
Okay, Gold Star Mom. Yeah, I know. I'm really excited to cover that.
Ooh, St. Albans, that would be interesting.
Right. So for the cult series, I was going to end it with going into the Manson case and then go into all the little areas. I don't know how far away they are. I got to look it all up. But
yeah, because I don't know like how far Spawn Ranch is or anything like that.
Right. I got to look it up, but I'm willing to drive. As long as it's not like a 10-hour drive, which it isn't.
Right. But no, that guy says he'll really do this. Good.
Okay, so I've got to take Bella somewhere, so we're going to have to end. And thanks, guys, for listening to me rant. I'm sorry I put everybody through that. But at least you listened to me, and I appreciate it. And
yes,
Leanne,
thank you, everyone.
You listen to me, too.
Well, I always do, because you're my best friend. You listen to me, too. I was ranting about other things earlier today, so...
I know. We're each other's crisis
to each
center.
other. That's
Walking
right.
Crisis center.
We love you too, Hemi.
We love you too, Hemi. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you, Audrey.
And Gary, I was going to say something. Yes, thank you for coming in. Welcome.
Yes, I'm so glad you did.
And with that, then thank you, Caddy. Thank you, Coco. Our wonderful
we appreciate
other mod.
Everybody's kind words. And if we don't see you all, for all of our American friends, have a happy 4th if we don't see you before then.
You'll see us, though.
Yeah, we'll be here. But in case, people are busy this weekend, have a good 4th if we don't see you. Yep.
Yes. Don't drink and drive.
No, be safe with the fireworks.
Don't drink and light fireworks.
Eat lots of good food. And just
don't drink and walk and fall over a cliff.
No, please don't do that.
I almost fell over a cliff.
Oh no, don't be doing that.
So we have in Malibu, there's Point Dume, Dume. It's a beautiful, I guess it's ocean. It's not really a beach, but it's the beach. It's not like you go lay out there though. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
more like you go to see the scenery. And you can walk up the little mountainous areas and they have no guardrails in your or anything to hold on to for on
Ew.
the walking path. And it's literally 12 inches wide. Like you have to like single
That's
file your feet
spooky.
and put one in front of the other. And
Mhm.
any mishap, you can go right over the edge. And it's 300 feet up. So I
Wow.
slid. I was wearing Crocs and I slid and I almost. Oh,
Wow. That's
just
scary.
thinking
Gold
about it.
Star
I don't know if
Mom.
anybody's
Love you too, Gold Star Mom.
love you too, Gold Star. We're so happy to have you here. And what was I saying? Oh, if you're scared of heights, you know how you get that feeling in your stomach
Yes.
and your feet
Don't go
tingle and
there.
everything tingles? Just even talking about that makes my feet tingle because I literally could have went over and died. And the whole reason I went to Point Doom is I wanted to see the sea lions because they all hang out there
Oh.
and bark.
Yeah, I saw
I'll
a
have to
bunch of them
take
in
everybody.
San Diego. I got lots of pictures.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to take my daughter. She's standing here staring at me. Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day. We'll see you tonight somewhere.
Yeah, bye.